haha, look at this. I just made a video on that. Haha. I just have the Spider-Man films in public, and I have no regret. So I am in line waiting for Dune. I got the Spider-Man movies just for good luck. That was like literally the fastest I've ever eaten. I just ate 3 slices of pizza because like I was listening to the alarm like for like 30 minutes. It starts at 7:50. It's 4:49. I mean 7:49. So yeah, I'm like rushing. So I can't wait. My guy, like the person who checks the tickets, was like literally just right there, like right in front of me standing. Because I stopped at the door to check my ticket. So. Is this one? Wait a minute. Is it the same? No. Okay. I'm gonna go over this first. Oh, is it? I'm kind of scared now, but I'm gonna. That's the Matrix. I wish I could have said, okay. Denny, you madman. I apologize for the lack of hair. Yeah, I have no hair. So I collect movie tickets now, and then I have proof I watched Dune in IMAX. So, yes, I felt so bad that I didn't bring Arrival, like the only Denis Villeneuve film I have, to Dune. And I brought the Spider-Man films because I needed a thumbnail for the Spider-Man No Way Home, which apparently the day I'm gonna watch it, the day before it releases. There's no IMAX yet, but on the day it releases, there's an IMAX showing. So I'm kind of mad. I'm gonna have to watch it twice. Just kidding. I'm just gonna watch it once, and not in IMAX, which I wanted to, which I'm sad. But it's besides the point. I'm watching it either way. So Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve. Oh my god, I have so many tickets. Oh. One scene. I have like one major complaint about the movie. The Gum Jabbar scene. That really disappointed me. Because I really wanted Timothée Chalamet to scream in pain. But he didn't. He just like moaned. No, it's not like in the trailer. He just moaned. That's really it. I read the book. Well, put like an asterisk there. I read book 1 and 2 in 3 days. So, wait a minute. Yeah, I did not read The Prophet yet, but I read all this. Big book. So I'm like, wow, it's like very good. It is very similar to the book, except for like a couple scenes in the beginning which were not in the book, but it's like really to build the relationship between Paul and his dad and Paul and Duncan, Idaho. But I'm like, okay, fine, I understand. You had to put those scenes in to make a relationship between them because in the book, it wasn't really prevalent. I was waiting for Duncan, Idaho to like appear in the book, but he never did. Until like Arrakis. But here, he was already in Caladan. But I don't know. I was entertained throughout the whole thing. I was not like, this is so boring. Get off the screen. This is how you do IMAX. I enjoyed this IMAX experience way more, and not instead of No Time to Die. I cried when I first saw it because it's my first time watching IMAX, but there's like one 10-minute scene of IMAX, which like you didn't need IMAX for that. Like for that 10 minutes, you could have used that for like the ending or something. And then the other segment was when they were like fighting in the club. That's it. This movie, like throughout the whole runtime, like the last like 30 minutes, I think was like purely IMAX. But I don't know. I was like very surprised. I was very glad that this IMAX experience was like IMAX. Plus, I watched the Matrix trailer and the Batman. I was smiling the whole way through. I loved how awesome it sounded in the theater. Fun fact: I'm gonna watch the Matrix, like the 1999 one, in the theater again. because they're replaying it. So hopefully I'll get to watch Matrix Revolutions. Hopefully that's, I know for a fact, it's pushing my luck. I'm not getting any Christmas presents this year because I said, hey, can I watch Dune in IMAX instead of getting Christmas presents? And my parents were like, sure, go. So haha, great, worthy trade-off. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching Matrix. That's besides the point, though. That was my one major issue with the Gom Jabbar scene. Timothy did not scream in pain, or he didn't even say. Does Denis Villeneuve hate action? He doesn't like action, does he? When like besides like hand-to-hand combat, like with Duncan Idaho, there's no action except for like explosions or like flying. With the exception of like the guards are like wah, and then they're like wah or something, and then they bumped into each other, and then the other bad guys were like shh, and then they're like sandwiched. That's like the only scene like I saw like of everybody fighting. When Gurney Halleck, like the last time we see him, I think he was like fight with me or whatever, and then they were like going to fight, like a big awesome fight sequence I thought, and then there's an explosion, and then cut to Dr. Yue, or something, I don't know. I'm like, come on, Denny, you don't like action, do you? Except for like hand-to-hand combat. Duncan Idaho with the hallway. Okay, spoilers. I like Dune a lot. It's just kind of disappointed. I was really disappointed on the Gom Jabbar scene and the lack of action. I knew what I was going into. I was expecting not a lot of action. But when Denny promises us like a big epic shot of two big groups of people running, I expect awesomeness, but no, he's just getting an explosion in the face and then cut to a different thing. I was really let down by that. So lack of action. I know that feels like a thing that people like a criticism of the movie, but I didn't need action. I was entertained throughout the whole thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna say lack of action. No, lack of promised action, and the Gom Jabbar scene. That's really all I had. And the ending, because it's like, this is just the beginning. That is so on the nose. And it just ends. Like, my parents hate the endings of, like, Traffic. That's really all I can think of right now. They hated the ending of Traffic because it was ambiguous. Like, I loved it because it was Don Cheadle. He placed the microphone. I can't remember what else happened, but I remember liking the ending of Traffic. So like the ending, this is just the beginning. I didn't mind Zendaya was not in the film. I don't really care. I don't see what's like her appeal. As well as Timothy Chalamet, I don't see their appeal. And then yeah, I'm seeing 2 Zendaya films this month. This one and No Way Home. And I have to watch Tom Holland. Really, all the actors, like, I don't know why people like I'm watching. So I feel like a hypocrite. But yeah, go watch Dune on IMAX because I think they re-released it on the 3rd yesterday. So 2 days ago. So yeah, go watch. Spoilers. So when Duncan Idaho like said when he did this, like the do, and then he closed the door, and then Paul was like, "No, Duncan!" And then he ran. That was brilliant. I loved like his reaction. Like that was phenomenal. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why I love that so much. It was like great. And then Duncan fighting, and then he gets stabbed, and then he was like, one more time, and then yeah, phenomenal. I love that scene. I think that may be my favorite scene of the whole movie. Yeah, but phenomenal. I loved that part. That's really all the spoilers I had to say that I loved. So go watch Denis Villeneuve's Dune because it is great. My first Denis Villeneuve film in the theater. I am now being smart about who I'm watching. My first Ridley Scott, House of Gucci. My first Edgar Wright, Last Night in Soho. Not my first James Gunn film because I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the theater. But still, James Gunn film. My first John Krasinski film. My first James Bond film. And now my first Denis Villeneuve film.